All right, Shalom. Giving all praise, glory, and honors unto Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Kakadash, that belongs to the apostles, bishops, great millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Zion from GMS Atlanta. Back with another edifying video. And I just want to speak a few words on the new moon. On the new moon, maybe speak on the Sabbath. There's been a lot of controversy in Israel when it comes to the new moon. Excuse me. And when it comes to the Sabbath and how to count the days. When it's really simple. You know, first of all, when you look in the Bible, and we all have a Bible, right? King James. When you read the scriptures, there is no occurrence of Sunday through Saturday. No Monday, no Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. Never mentioned in the scriptures. So if we're going to keep the holy days of the Israelites, right, which are our holy days, because we are the Israelites, if we're going to rehearse the righteous acts and keep the laws that was given to Moses, you know, if we're going to, you know, have faith and believe in this truth, and like I said, keep the laws to the best of our ability, then our first source has to be the scriptures. We can't go according to the Gregorian calendar when we're trying to keep the Sabbath, because there was no Gregorian calendar when we were keeping the Sabbath in the ancient world. See, this isn't just about looking like we're Israelites, wearing T-shirts with borders of blue or head wraps and dresses with fringes on them and borders of blue. Our purpose of this truth is to have the faith within our spirits. Okay? I mean, you can look like an Israelite, you know, wear the garment and all of that, but then your mindset and your spirit is of the world. So what I'm saying is, we have to practice the customs according as the scriptures written them. But that takes study, that takes research, that takes understanding that a lot of you Israelites just do not have, and you don't do because you're lazy. You don't want to read, you don't want to study hard, you know, you don't want your brain to decipher. So you take the easy route out. Oh, well, the Sabbath is on the seventh day of the week, so Friday to Saturday. No. We have to keep it like, we have to take a spiritual time machine at certain points in this truth in order to keep the laws correctly. Okay? There was no
90
calendar thousands of years ago. All right, like we have today. The Israelites didn't have no daily calendar. All right? So now let's look at this here. Now this is from the Britannica. Simple search, simple Google search. You know, listen, there's a lot of things that Esau gets wrong. There's a lot of things that Esau gets right. And we're going to get the things that he gets right. Because first of all, you have to know the truth to lie. All right? And there's certain common understandings that everyone has to agree to. All right? We can all agree on the planet Earth, no matter what nation, whether you're the wicked, the devil, or whether you're the righteous, a heathen, we all can agree that The sun comes out in the daytime and the moon comes out at night. All right? So there's just something called a universal truth. So now, dealing with the new moon here, you have the new moon festival. All right? It says new moon, which means head of the month. Right? Which in the Hebrew, that word would be Chadash. Okay? Which is the start of the Hebrew month. So the moon is the start of the Hebrew Israelite month, a minor Israelite festival on which fasting and mourning are not allowed. Right? Because when you read Psalms, the 81st chapter, it says, blow up the trumpet in the new moon on a solemn feast day. Matter of fact, let me get that. Let's go to Psalms 81. All right? Psalm 81, verse 3. Blow up the trumpet in the new moon, in the time appointed on our solemn feast day, for this was a statute for Israel and the law of the God, the power of Jacob. So the new moon was a feast day. Okay? Matter of fact, when you read the first verse, it says, sing aloud unto the Most High our strength. Make a joyful noise unto the power of Jacob. Take a psalm and bring hither the timbrel, the pleasant harp with the psaltery. Right. So the new moon was a joyous time. Okay. So it says the modern observance consists principally in preserving the ancient custom of reciting a blessing on the Sabbath, because the new moon is a Sabbath, preceding the new moon, and in singing. Okay? So that's understood, right? We know that when you read the scriptures that the new moon was a feast day. Now let's deal with the new moon as a lunar phase. Let's see here. Because you have certain Israelite groups that teach that the full moon is a new moon, meaning that it's bright. But if you were to look at any information pertaining to the new moon, like it says, it clearly shows you that the new moon is a dark moon. Okay? The new moon is a dark moon. And as time goes on throughout the week, it turns into a full moon. When it's a full moon, it's in its halfway point. And then it brightens down, it dims down to a dark moon again. So it goes from a new moon, right? You have a waxing crescent moon, first quarter moon. When it's a first quarter moon, guess what? That's the first week. All right? Then the second week, 14th day, 15th day, you get a full moon. All right? Then from the full moon to the last quarter moon, that's the third week. And then the fourth week, right, you're going to get a new moon again. The cycle's going to start over again. Okay? It's going to go from a last quarter moon, wane down to a crescent moon again. And then you get a new moon, which is a dark moon. Okay? Science doesn't lie about that. That Esau can't manipulate that, because these are ordinances that Yahweh himself put in the heavens. All right? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua put these things in the heavens. So get that understood. Okay. So I went through that chart. Now, also, what I want to get is, let's see here. I want to get where it shows let's do this. Let's go to Google. Let's go to New Moon. New Moon. Let's see. New Moon. New Moon calendar 2024. When is the next new moon? Here we go. New moon calendar, when is the next new moon, from space.com. As you can see, they also have a dark moon. All right. It says here that the next new moon will occur on Sunday, December 1st at 1:21 a.m. So that means it would come in on a Saturday night, Saturday evening, because right now the current new moon phase is from Thursday to Friday. Right? Now what we have to understand is it's not an exact, the timing of a month is not exact. Matter of fact, let's go to that. All right. The timing of the new moon is not an exact month cycle, like 30 days. Here we go. So it says the cycle of lunar phases lasts close to a month at 29.5 days, a period known as the synodic month. Thus, the full moon occurs typically once per calendar month. But when the full moon happens within the first 2 days of a given month, a second full moon may occur within the same month. This phenomenon known as a blue moon. But what you have to understand about these calendar months is they don't, like, for example, the first of let's say the 1st of July is on a Tuesday, but that 1st of July may be on a half moon. So depending on, so here it is, you got 30 days, you got a half moon, right? In 2 weeks, you'll get a new moon in the middle of July. So you can't really use a calendar moon and say there's a blue moon. All right? The actual month starts from dark moon to full moon to a half the month, and then back down, dimming down to a dark moon again. Okay? So let's deal with this synodic month. I want to look up the synodic month. Okay, let's see. A synodic month is the time that it takes for the moon to complete a full cycle of phases as seen from the earth. It is also known as a lunation. The average length of a synodic month is 29.5 days, or 29 days, 12 hours, 44 minutes, and 3 seconds. So it's not exact. And when you add these things up over time, it could lead to maybe, according to this calendar, maybe another day skips, right? So Thursday to Friday right now is the current new moon cycle. But instead of the next new moon cycle coming in from Friday to Saturday, it'll come in from Saturday to Sunday. All right? That's why when the Israelites would have to count when a new moon would come in, they would look for to see that first crescent light to come in, because you had to wait a certain amount of time, because it just takes time. Everything that the Most High has done is so specific, even as you can see here with how the actual month is. But see, when you look at Esau's calendar, you got 30 days, you got 31 days, you got a month of 28 days, you got leap years, 29 days. So everything is all messed up, right? And the scriptures, say that they were going to change times. Okay? Daniel 7:25, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High. We're definitely wore out, man. But this is also what they do. It says, and they think to change times and laws. They change things up. Calendars, laws. They don't follow the scriptures, but they, claim to be Christians. That's how this devil operates. And they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time. All right? And that time period is up. One time is 100 years times 200 years. Dividing of time in half, 50 years, 350 years. 1619, when the bulk of the slaves came to America, to 1969. 350 years. 1969 was the year that the elder high priest Abba Bivens established the One West School, along with King Masha, High Priest Ariai, High Priest Yaquab, and his truth was able to flourish in Harlem, New York. So the Lord does everything specific, man. Everything is being fulfilled. But Esau changes things up. Okay? So I just wanted to speak on the moon and you have to understand how things work. Okay? Everything is not exact when it comes to time in this calendar. Let me see something. Pray. Tanica. There was also something else that I wanted to bring out according to this, but I got the point. Maybe the Spirit will help me mention it in another lesson. Right? But we have to understand that, the month is not according, the month and the new moon and the Sabbath is not according to this Gregorian calendar. Okay? Watch this. Let me see. New moon, November. And then I'll close. November 2024. So this is the current new moon, right? But we gotta remember our days start in the evening before. So the current new moon in November 2024 is Thursday through Friday, right? It would have started the previous evening on Thursday. So this is the current dates for the new moon. Matter of fact, wait me 1 second. So the next So today's the 20th, right? So Friday, Thursday, 21st is the Sabbath, into Friday the 22nd. And then that last week starts, like it says here, on the 23rd. So that last 7-day week. And then the next new moon, like I read earlier, will be around December 1st. Okay? So, with that, I hope this was edifying, and hope that you can count the calendar correctly now, according to the scriptures. Matter of fact, let me get the scripture in the Apocrypha. Oh, here we go. Let me go here in the Apocrypha. Second Esdras. I'm sorry. Ecclesiasticus, 43rd chapter. And these are all scriptures that we know. So when you read Ecclesiasticus chapter 43 and 6, it says he made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times and a sign of the world, just like Genesis 1. From the moon is the sign of feast, right? Like the new moon feast we went over. A light that decreaseth in her perfection. The month is called after her name, the new moon, new month, increasing wonderfully in her changing. So once you get the new moon, new month, the light increases. And it decreases to fully be a perfect cycle. Okay? It says, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven. So new moon and new month is a dark moon. It increases to a full moon, and then it decreases in the perfection, completing the cycle. Okay? Which is that what I proved without a shadow of a doubt in this lesson. Okay? So you Israelite groups, you got to correct your understanding on the new moon and the Sabbath. All right? GMS got it right. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai. And with that, I'm going to say Shalom.